Hello, my name is Ian, and I seek to find and highlight games that are good for busy people. And today, we're getting our boots muddy and our rifles jammed in Radio Commander.
Some folks are born made to wait.
Radio Commander is about a relationship between a jaded commanding officer and his war-weary soldiers.
Listen up, grunts.
In the waning days of the Vietnam War, mission objectives have become increasingly ambiguous. Covert CIA operations plague the United States military. Racial tensions have bled into the national spotlight.
God, you white boys are stupid.
And attrition has taken its toll on the American fighting man. As the commander of several platoons, you sit comfortably in your military tent miles from the front line and the areas of operations, sending orders and tracking objectives while you rely on your soldiers to accurately relay their status back to you.
Dragon. Order.
Move. Move.
Move.
Track their positions on a map. Track enemy positions on the same map. Call in fire support. Try to answer questions from your soldiers like, why did Upper Brass make you spend 24 hours and countless lives defending a hilltop just so that some helicopters could come pick you up and fly away?
Some folks are born.
Normally when I recommend games, I like to pick out a few standout items that really specifically make the game good for busy people. Radio Commander is a little bit harder for me to track those items down. It hits the important things like a good save system, about hour-long missions, and easy to pick up controls. But one of the main reasons I'm highlighting it today is because it feels very fresh and very different. And if you've been stuck in a rut playing nothing but Total War or StarCraft for a while, then maybe Radio Commander is going to be just right for you. It's a fresh take on the real-time strategy genre. Radio Commander is a fresh take on the real-time strategy genre with a strong focus on fog of war. Instead of the standard, you can see what your units can see, and as they move they uncover fog, your information comes exclusively from a squawk box to your right, and often only after you request it.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. You see Victor Charlie? Report all contacts. Over.
You won't hover above your units as they slog through the dense rainforest. Instead, you'll have to actively track them by requesting their coordinates, their status, and updating your map accordingly. Enemies, bunkers, bases, and other obstacles will all be radioed in by your troops, but you'll often have to follow up with your own questions like what kind of troops are there? How many are there? And then you'll have to populate your own map accordingly with accurate names.
Orso, man, at 4415486. Moving north.
I said accurate, darn it. Have you ever seen one of those movies where the generals are all standing around a table with a bunch of little chess pieces pushing them around? It's like that, but in 85% humidity.
Some folks are born made to wait.
Instead of clicking units and sending them places, you'll issue voice commands via either an extremely simple menu or through an actual microphone and hope that your units follow them the way you anticipate.
We will. We will. We will.
The RTS genre is generally filled up with a lot of the same, which I'm thankful for because I quite enjoy them, but Radio Commander's fresh take on the command style is a fun departure from the norm, and it's definitely a welcome shakeup. All too often, cool strategy games are blocked by a big learning curve wall. Radio Commander sheds that problem by taking away a lot of control from you. While you'll tell your soldiers what to do and where to go, it's done via a very simple interface. You'll call out the unit, the order, and the specifics, then they'll do their best to accomplish their task. I really like this stripped down version of a strategy game because it puts more focus on the narrative elements and the gameplay focus of radio and map attentiveness.
There are many bodies, women and children burned alive, all the buildings destroyed.
Radio Commander dives into many of the social, political, and cultural issues that plagued the American GI during the time. The game doesn't glorify the American fighting man, but instead seeks to humanize and contextualize the experience of a boots-on-the-ground grunt.
Alpha Bear, this is 4-1. It's an ambush. We're blocked by the NVA.
The game explores 1970s race relations, demonization of the Vietnamese, and the impact of political pressure on the progress of war. A mature and complex exploration of socio-political themes unfolds through the crackle and the static of a Vietnam-era military radio. As you order your soldiers to slog from one rice paddy to another in search of a rumored enemy combatant base, they often radio each other or the mission commander. That's you. They talk about their lives back home. Sometimes they ask questions about the real purpose of the war or the mission objectives. Nearly always, they cover their fear and anxiety with jokes, insults, or brusque responses.
So, little bull, are you gonna tell your white princess that you prefer the Nam girls now? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, brother, you don't have to do nothing.
As the commander, you call the shots of what conversations to permit and which ones you need to shut down. Now, some of you busy people might be looking for a game to just turn off the brain and relax at the end of the day. If that's the case, the themes and the story of Radio Commander might be a bit heavy for you. However, if you're looking for something with a bit more grit to contemplate, you'll appreciate Radio Commander because it doesn't shy away from the grim nature of war. I like games that are unique. I also like real-time strategy games, especially ones that explore the perspectives of the individual. Radio Commander combines both of these interests into an easy-to-consume package that provides both a new way to present RTS information, as well as an exploration into the plight of the infantrymen.
How come all you guys sit on your helmet? You don't get a balls blown off.
The clean UI let me focus on the topography of the battlefield, the relationship of my troops physically on the map and socially with each other, all while considering the overarching story of the jaded Vietnam War soldiers. Radio Commander's not a game that will encourage you to enlist in the army in 1970, nor does it provide novel criticisms of the Vietnam War. However, it presents the all-too-familiar perspective in a new, fresh way. It's a cool way to play a unique RTS that explores complex themes, and it isn't an overly time-consuming experience. If you're into Company of Heroes, Men of War, or even StarCraft, then Radio Commander might just be the interlude you've been looking for to break away from the same old, same old. All in all, I give Radio Commander 5 sniper groups named Doofus out of 5 sniper groups named Doofus. Highly recommended.